The ghost ship of Lake Superior. They say Lake Superior never gives up her dead, but sometimes she gives something back, something that should never return. On a fog-drenched morning in early October, a group of fishermen launched their boat from a small harbor on the southern shore of Lake Superior. The lake was eerily calm, the kind of stillness that feels unnatural, like the water itself was holding its breath. As the fog thickened, one of the men pointed toward the horizon. A dark silhouette was emerging through the mist. At first, they thought it was a freighter, one of the many steel giants that crossed Superior's icy waters. But as the ship drifted closer, the fishermen felt a strange heaviness settle over them. This vessel was wrong. Its masts were splintered, its hull warped, and its sails, if they could even be called that, hung in ragged shreds. It moved silently, almost gliding, and then one of the fishermen recognized it. It was the Adelaide, a cargo ship that had sunk 3 weeks earlier during a violent storm. All hands had been lost. Search teams found only pieces of wreckage. Yet here it was, whole, drifting peacefully through the fog, as if nothing had ever happened. The fishermen tried hailing it, shouting over the water, waving their arms. No one responded. No figures moved across the deck. Still, the ship continued its ghostly glide, passing so close the men could see every detail: weathered wood swollen by water, railings scarred by the storm, and portholes that looked like hollow, vacant eyes. One of the men swore he saw movement inside, shadows shifting behind the glass. Another claimed he heard faint voices calling out, not for help but something else, something impossible to understand. Moments later, the fog swallowed the ship whole. Word of the sighting spread quickly across the shoreline towns. Skeptics dismissed it as a trick of the fog. Others, especially the old-timers who had spent their lives on Superior, weren't surprised at all. They told stories of phantom vessels, spectral lights, and long-dead sailors wandering the lake's surface. But the mystery didn't end there. Over the next week, more reports appeared. A lighthouse keeper swore he saw the Adelaide drifting past his watchtower at midnight. A group of campers claimed they heard a ship's bell ringing across the water when no vessel was anywhere on radar. Even a Coast Guard patrol encountered a massive unidentified shape on Sonar 1 that vanished seconds later. When divers were sent again to the wreck site, they made a chilling discovery. The Adelaide still lay on the lake bottom, exactly where it had sunk, intact, motionless, undisturbed. So what had the fishermen seen that morning? Some believe the lake created a mirage, a reflection of the wreck trapped between water and fog. Others whisper that the spirits of the lost crew are still trying to finish their final voyage. To this day, late at night, when the fog rolls in and the wind quiets, sailors claim they can still see a phantom ship drifting across Lake Superior, weathered, empty, and forever searching for a shore it will never reach. Because on Lake Superior, some ships sink, and some refuse to rest.